In this video, I'm going to show you how to read advanced Keepa charts to uncover hidden products that most Amazon sellers completely miss or don't bother looking into. We'll break down the key chart patterns and tools that tell you whether a product is truly worth buying or not. If you're ready to go beyond the basics and find smarter, more profitable products, this video is for you. So now that we're inside the screen here, we're going to start off with some listings that Amazon are all over. Some of them are going to be less, some of them are going to be more, but these are more advanced type of products that you can get into. A lot of people say for beginners to not worry about products that Amazon are on, and I believe that to be true, but once you get kind of in the hang of everything and the swing of things, you're going to want to open up your options more. So these kind of listings are going to definitely be something that you should be taking a look at once you have regular products down and under your belt. And what goes into these are a couple things. So we're going to look at different types here. This one, the new offers are a lot over Amazon's pricing and then kind of match up with it. And some of it is Amazon taking the buy box here. They have been in stock for the last 3 months and even almost the last year. So it looks to be around 8 or so months maybe since they've been in stock. And when you're taking a look at these, the first thing that you're always going to want to check is inside of the data tab. And we're going to go over to the buy box statistics here just to see how much they dominate the buy box and how much of a chance you have to get the buy box from them. Because a lot of listings that they're on, they don't give up much share of that buy box. And as you can see here, the last 30 days is our set filter here. 88% of the time it's been Amazon. Another 6% of the time has been Zappos, which is a retailer, and they also sell a lot of their products through Amazon. So between Amazon and then them, a retailer, we've got about 94% of the last 30 days just taken up by that. If we expand it out more, we can see that it actually did go up 90 days. It went up 1%, and then Zappos went down, but other sellers are getting in here more in the last 90 days, 180 days, 82%. The last year, 65%, because they've been out of stock for those first couple months like we saw. But if you see that Amazon is dominating a buy box like this, it probably isn't something that you want to get into. So that's going to be one of the biggest determining factors in the Amazon listings is how much they get the buy box. The next product, this one, new offers in the buy box are underneath Amazon's price. And we can see here that it's a lot of different sellers down here in the buy box area besides Amazon that are taking this. Amazon is sometimes a lot higher than other sellers. So we're going to, again, go in here and check the buy box statistics and see that Amazon is only 5% of the last 30 days. All of these other sellers, third-party sellers, not retailers, are getting the buy box more than Amazon in the last 30 days. If we go to 90 days, it does say that Amazon has 27%, the highest. That could be for a couple reasons, because maybe some of these sellers were selling out and then coming back in and they didn't really have much chance, or because it's just being rotated between so many different people here that it's splitting it up more, so where Amazon's getting a bigger percentage and it's not really that big of a percentage compared, because all of these sellers are adding up to more than 27%. So it's just because we have a little bit more competition here. And again, you can check 180, 365 and see this huge list here of other sellers that were getting the buy box. And we're going to then kind of make our decision, okay, are we profitable at this $40 to $42, $43 range? Because we're not going to list our products at $64.99 here. As you can see, when Amazon went up to all these prices, no offers came up to that price. And when the buy box did go up there, it most likely was Amazon. We can't get it to go up there for some reason. It's just too small. But if we zoom in here, we might be able to get it to go up. And it actually wasn't Amazon this time. A lot of times when you see that big spike, it will be because of Amazon. But it looks like right there, it was because of Amazon. So that's kind of what I was talking about, is sometimes they'll drag the buy box way up there. This seller just happened to get it up there too, both of these times, and even another one up here. Same thing here, same guy as the last one there. But you're going to want to obviously take into account that most of the share is down here. And we're not going to shoot for this 64 because it only went up there for a little bit. Like, these are maybe an hour or two increments every time I move this line. So it's not like this guy over here was getting the share at that for the entirety of it. And if you go into here, you can also see that it doesn't even really show up here as that high. And if we go to our price here and then zoom back in and find out who it was, 610 distribution, we can check that again here, that it was, his average price is $43. So it's not even close to long enough to where it's showing the 64 up here. Next one, Amazon's not on the whole time, but you can kind of see and reinforce the fact that when Amazon does come on a listing, price does not usually reach that high. It did here at the end, but they were selling out, and they did sell out. And it even dipped down lower, because when Amazon comes onto a lot of listings, a lot of sellers want to try to beat them by a lot to make it worth it for customers to buy from them over Amazon. Because a lot of customers' preferences, not everybody, but a lot of customers' preferences is just to buy directly from Amazon rather than a third party. For whatever reason that is, I don't know. But it is just dragging it down here. And then it went up on a price spike here because sellers are decreasing very quickly. So something else that goes into this is, if we take a look here at the year, price was normally at 64. So normally what you would say if you see a price spike like this is, we've got to be good at this bottom price here. But this bottom price was caused because this was the highest influx of sellers that this product has ever seen. And when it was lower back here, back to normal, and back here as well, just like it is now, the most recent time, price was pretty comparable to that 70. It's only a $5 difference here. It's not almost a $30 difference. So when you have a lot of reps in and you have a lot of different products, you could try to test this product and get it up here because of the historical pricing. But again, we can go in and check the buy box statistics here. See last 30 days, 26%, 67, 19 at 45. We can expand it out more. 180. So this is over the last 3 months, that chart of what we initially looked at. And you'll do more analysis on these prices and kind of reinforce the fact if you can get up to this price or not, if you want to take a chance on a product like this. Personally, I would still probably wait on this product just to see, because it did return down here a couple times, and it's just now sticking because there's only 3 to 4, maybe 5 sellers, 6. It's a very small number of sellers. So there is a, I don't know, maybe 50-50, maybe a little bit less of a chance though, that if sellers do kind of spike up like this again, it will just return down to here because people will probably be checking this bottom price as well. This one is also an Amazon listing. It's a lot different than the other ones because Amazon's been the only one in stock for the last 2 months or so. When they were in competition with other sellers, the price was very unstable here. And this is not usually something that you want to see, is how fast this is going up and down. Because if you're, I don't know, seeing this part of a chart only, or like where it looks more flat, so maybe this way, if you're seeing something like this and it's very unstable down here, you don't want to jump in and say, okay, I'm going to get 37, 34, and then have it dip way down here to 31 or 30 because maybe you have a small margin on this. Maybe it's only $5. If price drops $4, your entire margin is gone. And for this kind of thing, because they're the only one in stock for the last like month or two, you're going to want to look at more than just the 30 days, because the 30 days is just going to say, of course, Amazon had 100% of the buy box. But when we expand it out to 90 days, we can see that this one seller got 24% right here. It was $10 cheaper, but if you expand it out more, 40% when other people were in stock, still $10, $8 cheaper here, but they were getting a pretty good share of it. So it all just kind of depends on, once you get a feel for these kind of things, what are going to be your certain criteria? Is there a criteria that you have that Amazon has to not have more than this percent of the buy box? Or does it have to be that it's shared between multiple sellers, which could exclude a lot of other things because maybe there's only 5 sellers on all the listings that you're looking at besides Amazon, and maybe your criteria is 10. That would kind of throw you off a little bit. I think it would be better to do like a certain percentage of share of the buy box that Amazon gives up in a certain amount of time if there are more sellers. This one's the same kind of thing, but this one's just more stable. So you can see how Amazon is just jumping up and down here, and that doesn't happen all the time. Usually they stay pretty consistent like over here, but when they have other competition on listings, they do kind of fluctuate price a lot more than when they don't have many. So just reinforcing this again, we're going to go to the offers here and see 54%, 19% here. So I typically wouldn't go for something that they don't give up at least like 50% of the buy box. Just because it's going to make it a lot harder for you to get sales, and then your inventory is just going to be sitting for a long time compared to if they were giving up the buy box a lot more and there was a lot more competition on the listings, then you can see that a lot of other sellers are getting shares. But you can kind of back that up with the fact that all of these other sellers sold out. So there was around like 14 here or 13, and it went all the way down to 1 within a month and a half-ish. So they are giving up sales, but you don't know how many offers or how many units they had, because in here, it's not very accurate on listings with variations. So it's kind of hard to tell. And it looks like from the stock history, it's only a few, but we can see in here 233 sold lifetime. But if we go over here, it was within 8 months. So not really a very fast moving item here. Next one is nothing to do with Amazon, and it's just more of an unstable price here. So you're gonna want to be a little bit more cautious with listings like this, because even though good offer count movement down here, pricing is not very stable. So 45 down to 41, and it did return a lot down here. And it seems to be like even some seller doing it to themselves, because we can see that that guy had 41 and then he's at 44. So same thing here, buy box statistics, and then checking what the average price is. And for the last 30 days, it's pretty much all 44 to 45, except for 5% down here, or even 3%, because this is almost 44 here. 90 days, we can see still the same thing, but we've got some more higher percentages of that 40 to 41 range down there. And this is just kind of backing up the fact of what price can you get it for, or sell it for, at least based off of the historical data here. But if you're seeing this at the end of a chart and you're not safe or like within your break even at 41.50 or 40, then you may want to just give this a couple days. If it's a product that you're buying on sale, maybe check if the retailer can take returns. If they can take free returns, or just returns in general, if you're willing to pay for a return shipping cost, then I would still buy this product and wait to see what happens maybe for the next week, because offers are declining here. It could be a couple of these guys sell out, and if you want to just hold the product for a week or two, if it does stable out and it looks more consistent and you feel safer about buying or sending in that product because you've already bought it, then send it in. If you don't feel confident that you're going to get what you want out of it and you're going to either be below your criterias or lose money potentially depending on your margin, then just return the product back to the supplier. Next one here, kind of the same idea as the last one, just more stable at the last few months, and then it became unstable here. And you can see the big difference in between new offers and the buy box here. And that could be because of non-FBA seller, which some of them are here. They're merchant fulfilled sellers. But again, we can see 29, 28 at around 60% total the last 30 days. And then the rest is kind of underneath. These two are up there again. So maybe around 70%-ish is in that price range for the last 30 days, 30%, then 21 here. So you just want to make sure that these things do stable out. Because if it is a merchant fulfilled seller though, you could get the prime bump and throw it up to 29, maybe 30. But if it's an FBA seller with a lot of stock in here, then you're probably going to want to, again, watch the product, buy it, return it if it doesn't work out how you wanted it to, or just wait for the product if it's not a sale that's ending anytime soon or you're worried that the product's going to sell out from your supplier. This product is on a pretty steady downtrend and then it restabilized. Still a little bit lower than what it was up here by $3 or so. But the other thing to consider here is that our offer count has gone pretty flat here. The BSR is rising. It's still very low, which is not really something to worry about because it's still only 4,500 right here. But offer count has stabilized a lot here and then increased by almost 100% here from 7 to 13. So what this is telling me is that there's a chance that price is going to keep going down or return back down to this price right here, because it only takes one person to start that downtrend, and then a lot of either beginner sellers or people that have their repricers set up wrong, they will follow that price down. And that could be what happened here. One guy took it down really far and then somebody else followed him here and then continued there, and it just kind of went up and down in between those couple people here. So this is not something that you necessarily want to just assume is going to stay at 40, because with this amount of increase in sellers, almost 100% within a few days, is not a good sign. That kind of goes into this product here, because this is exactly what happened here. Is sellers were flat, they increased, and price started to trail all the way down as sellers kept coming in. Even Amazon came in stock at almost double the price, but price still continues to fall down. And that's because all these guys are competing for the buy box at the lowest price. $50 here, 60, 60, 46. Amazon's at 70 all the way down here with a very low percent underneath 1%. But it's just not something that you want to buy into. Even if you're profitable at 41 here, do not buy into a product that looks like this, because you're just going to be stuck going down most of the times. It's just not a very good product to buy into, and it doesn't usually end well for the sellers. The next one here is a product that I actually had looked at because one of my VAs had found this product back when it looked like this. And I did not end up buying into this product because this is on a price spike here. Even though 45 you may be profitable at, this is $10 higher, and the supplier that we had was not profitable at 45, and then this is what happened to it. So this also reinforces the last two products, or the 2 products ago, because sellers increased very fast here at a very big increase. I mean, from 2 to 13, but even so, like, it started to drop just when it doubled, and it just trailed all the way down here, and it kept trailing down here, which is not a good product. Should not buy into something like this ever, and you should never buy into something on a price spike that looks like this, because there's no telling where that price is going to end up when more sellers come in here, because the only reason it went up to here was because there was 2 sellers on the listing, and then the one that went up with him stayed at that price. Somebody else thought, oh, I'm going to be making a lot of extra money here at 56, but then they're probably stuck with this product now or losing money, because if you're good at 55, $40 is not really that big of a margin if it's not negative. So this is definitely something that you want to keep in mind, is anything that's up here, do not try to get quick money out of Amazon products, because even if it works one time, two times, and you sell out, maybe the next one you go to buy more of them because you want to start pumping these kind of units out, and you just think, oh, it worked the first time, I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to double it. This didn't last very long for this price spike here, May 22nd to May 3rd. And if you saw it like around the middle or towards the end, even in the beginning, your products probably haven't checked into the warehouses yet. So by the time your products become live, this starts to happen, and then you're either stuck with the same amount of units, more units, and it's just not going to end well for you. If you guys have any questions about these kind of advanced Keepa charts, leave a comment down below. And if you want to see other videos where I go through more Keepa charts, basic ones, advanced ones, or just watching me source live, check out these two videos right here. There's also a link in the description if you want my help either starting or growing your Amazon business. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.